Hello, my friends. Derek from B.O.M Socks here, back with another week of B.O.M Bites, where we feast upon the words of Christ, one bite at a time. This is the last week of the Old Testament that we're doing. I'm so excited. We're finishing. We've gone all the way through this crazy adventure of the Old Testament, and we are now here in the book of Malachi. And Malachi is an interesting prophet. For one thing, the name Malachi means my messenger. It's Hebrew for my messenger. And there are scholars out there who will tell you that this may not even have been his name. He's just could be just this anonymous, unknown prophet who has a message to give. The only thing we really know about Malachi is the time period that he lived. It was somewhere in the neighborhood of about 430 years before Jesus Christ. And then after that, there's nothing going on. They will also suggest that Esther came after that as well. But other than that, that's all we know about Malachi. But his book is about a prophet who gives a wonderful message. It's a message that kind of is, look guys, you got to prepare yourselves because the Lord is coming. Now, in talking about this, the Come Follow Me gives a wonderful introduction to this that I think is awesome. The introduction says, I have loved you, the Lord told his people through the prophet Malachi. But the Israelites, who had suffered generations of affliction and captivity, asked the Lord, wherein hast thou loved us? It's like, how have you loved us through this? After all Israel had been through, they may have wondered whether the history of ancient Israel is really a story of God's love for his covenant people. As you reflect on what you've read in the Old Testament this year, and again, what an adventure it has been, what evidence do you find of God's love? Great question as you're going through and studying. It's easy to see the many examples of human weakness and rebellion, absolutely. Yet, throughout all of that, God never stopped reaching out in love. When the sons of Jacob mistreated their brother Joseph, the Lord still prepared a way to save them from famine. When Israel murmured in the wilderness, God fed them with manna. Even when Israel abandoned him, numerous times, turning to other gods, and were scattered, God never fully abandoned them, but promised them that if they repented, he would gather and redeem them, as Isaiah said, with great mercies. Viewed this way, the Old Testament is a story of God's patient, enduring love. And this story continues today. The Son of Righteousness will arise with healing in his wings, Malachi prophesied in chapter 4. Jesus Christ did come, bringing physical and spiritual healing to all who come unto him. He is the greatest evidence of God's love for ancient Israel and for all us. So as we're going through the book of Malachi over the next couple days, one of the things I really want to focus on with you is if God loves us, which again, that you started out with that, it's like, I've loved you. That's what it says, Malachi chapter 1, verse 2. It goes, I've loved you, right? So if he is loving us, then what ways can we show him that we love him? That's the greatest thing I think the book of Malachi teaches you and I is what are some ways that we can show God that we love him? And as we go through this week, we will see some wonderful ways that we can do that. Thanks for watching, thanks for subscribing, and thanks for sharing these messages. We're so grateful that you do that. Please check out our amazingly comfortable gospel themed socks at bombsocks.com, and we will see you tomorrow. Godspeed. Bye-bye.